A very good morning to all the distinguished academicians, industry leaders and researchers present over here. I respectfully request Dr. M.V. Nageshwara Garu, Associate Dean Academics, GMR Institute of Technology, to kindly come onto the dais and take his chair. Girls, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I kindly invite our respected principal, Dr. C.L.V.R.S. Viprasad Garu, GMR Institute of Technology, to kindly come onto the dais and grace the chair. Thank you, sir. I genuinely request Dr. J. Girish Garu, Honorable Director, Education, GMR Varalakshmi Foundation, to kindly come onto the dais and grace the chair. I respectfully invite the AICT nominee, Dr. Dinesh Singh, Director, Internal Audit Cell, AICT, to kindly come onto the dais and honor the chair. I graciously invite Dr. D. Valli Kumari Garu, Professor and Dean, R&D, Andhra University, to kindly come onto the dais and grace the chair. Wells, please. With a great pleasure and profound honor, I cordially request Dr. E. Shankar Rao Garu, former Managing Director and CEO, IFCI Limited, to kindly come onto the dais and grace the chair. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. May I now request all the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to graciously come forward and inaugurate the program by lighting the ceremonial lamp. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. To seek divine blessings for the successful commencement of the program, I request our students to render the prayer song. Please, girls.
Sandatamaham kunjaramukam sankarasutam tamiha Shri Vignarajam bhaje. Sandatamaham danti sundaramukam antakantakasutam tamiha Shri Vignarajam bhaje. Shri Vignarajam bhaje. Shri Vignarajam bhaje. Shri Vignarajam bhaje, hum bhaje, hum bhaje, hum bhaje, tamiha Shri Vignarajam bhaje. Sevita Surendra Mahaniya Gunashilam, Sevita Surendra Mahaniya Gunashilam, Japatapa Samadhi Sukharadhanukulam, Bhavita Suramani Ganabhakta Paripalam, Bhayankara Vishangamatanga Kulakalam, Shri Vignarajam bhaje, Shri Vignarajam bhaje, Shri Vignarajam bhaje.
Thank you, girls. Thank you very much. Dr. M.V. Nageshwara Garu, Associate Dean Academics, is kindly requested to deliver a welcome note on this memorable occasion.
Distinguished guests on the dais, official from AICTE, Dr. Dinesh Singh, Director, Internal Audit Cell. Today's resource persons, Dr. V. Vallikumar Madam, Dean, R&D Andhra University, Dr. E. Shankar Rao Garu, former Managing Director and CEO, IFCA Limited, Dr. K. Ravindranath, Associate Dean R&D, Convener of this event, Associate Dean Student Affairs, HODs, faculty from various engineering colleges, polytechnics, degree colleges, junior colleges and schools, both in person and joining virtually, press and media. A warm welcome to you all to the inaugural function of pre-summit event of AI Impact Summit India 2026, hosted by proudly GMR Institute of Technology in association with All India Council for Technical Education, AICTE. Viksit Bharat at the rate 2047 is the vision of our Indian government, aim to transform self-reliant and become developed Indian nation by 2047 through technology-led growth with AI as a core enabler across sectors like education, health and economy. In this context, in continuation to the Viksit Bharat 2047, Indian government has also announced a schedule for conducting AI Impact Summit India 2026, aligns directly with the vision of via three sutras, namely people, planet and progress. People for human-centered AI, planet for sustainable innovation, progress for inclusive growth in all the sectors. In addition to the three sutras, 7 chakras also provided, forming multilateral frameworks to accelerate AI adoption for inclusive development. Human capital is one among the 7 chakras led by AICTE, aimed to enhance AI-driven pedagogy and skilling, mirroring Viksit Bharat workforce upgradation. To realize the vision of human capital, the seminar title is formulated as a seminar on impact of AI on teaching, learning, process and pedagogy. Today we have 3 keynote addresses and panel discussions to accelerate AI adoption in education for inclusive development. With these few words, I would like to thank AICT for giving the opportunity to organize this event and resource persons for accepting our invitation out of their busy schedule to come over here and grace the occasion. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I now respectfully invite our Honorable AICT nominee, Dr. Dinesh Singh, Director, Internal Audit Cell, AICTU, to set the context of the momentous occasion.
Thank you, sir. Namaskar, good morning to everyone who is present here physically and who has joined here for this event on the online. First of all, my heartfelt gratitude to respected Dr. J. Girish sir, Director Education GM RBF, Dr. CLV RSV Prashadji, Principal GMRT, Dr. E. Shankar Rao ji, Dr. V. Valli Kumari ji, and Dr. M.V. Nageshwar Rao ji, Associate Dean, and all the eminent academicians who are present here, and the faculty members of GMR Institute of Technology, participants who are presenting physically and who have joined the online for this event. It's my immense pleasure to be a part of this ECLAT event, which will definitely contribute towards the national mission of transforming the AICT artificial intelligence, the initiative which has given to the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of METI for the transformation of artificial intelligence in our country. As you all aware that the government of India is organizing the All India AI Summit, Impact Summit on the 19th and 20th February at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. The summit will be inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India and envisages as the most significant global. It will be the most significant global AI event of the year. This summit will be anchored around the 3 sutras of people, as the sir has described: people, planet, and progress, and will be governed by the 7 sutras, 7 themes. And the AICT has given the one sutra, that is the human capital. And our Honorable AICT Chairman, Professor T.G. Sitaram, is the chairperson of that committee who is going for the human capital. In this context, MGR Institute is hosting this pre-summit event on our request for AI India Impact Summit 2026. This pre-summit of human capital aims to provide a decentralized platform for catalyzing robust, comprehensive and inclusive discourse aligned with various themes and priorities of the summit. As we are gathered here to have an exemplary, exhaustive and meticulous deliberations to achieve a common goal, that how our nation level lead with artificial intelligence and how every citizen of our country will well acquainted with the artificial intelligence. So definitely I am very much sure for your active participation in this significant initiative that seek to shape the agenda for global AI cooperation and bridge the global AI divide. In the last, I have my heartfelt appreciation to all the officials, all the distinguished officials of the MGR Institute and all the faculty members and the organizing team who is running this event successfully. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Now, I cordially invite our beloved Principal Sir, Dr. CLV Prasad, GMR Institute Technology, to address the August gathering and share his invaluable insights.
Good morning, all of you. So today's guest, Shri Shankar Rao garu, our governing body member, and AICT nominee, Dr. Dinesh Singh ji, resource persons, Professor Valli Kumari garu, Director Girish garu, Nageshwar garu, other colleagues of the dais, participants and guests. Again, a very warm good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to thank all the participants for sparing this weekend, Saturday, in listening to the sessions that we have to understand the initiatives that have been taken up by the government of India. Everybody in our life, probably every day, you don't have a day rather without listening to the word AI. Right from the time that you get up till you go to bed. AI has become like a buzzword for all the people. All the people in the sense, not only educated, even for everybody. Everybody, people on the streets to the people on the ground. AI become a buzzword. It is so being influencing the entire world. So the government of India had rightly thought to look at the insights of the impact of AI and accordingly need to plan how to face the impact of AI in the various aspects. In terms of people, in terms of planet, and in terms of the processes. PPP. These are the three areas where really country want to look at the influence of AI. And accordingly, 7 themes have been fixed. Out of the 7 themes, AICT has chosen to anchor human capital. We all know that India is the youngest country in terms of working force, right? Having said that, we also hear one more news saying that in the coming years, millions of jobs are going to get washed out. So then what will happen to our so-called young workforce, typically that India is known for its treasure. So I think that is the right time for everybody to introspect, rethink, and then need to come up with a plan to mitigate the things that are going to happen. Whenever any new technology comes in, there will be always the first thing that people see is disruption. In fact, AI is not a new word that is being heard now. AI is there for the last 3 decades or more than 3 decades, but it has come into implementation now. That is because of the systems available, because of the high-speed processors that are coming into existence now. AI has took its more prominence now. So having said that, now there is no field now which is being utilized by AI. We being all into the education system, we are all educators. What is our readiness to face that? I think it is a very serious issue for all the educators to rethink in that perspective. What is our preparedness? People say that every job that is being done by now young people is done by robots. Then what you people will do then? So it is time for us all to think. Now more of focusing on our own responsibility as teachers. Typically in the domain of outcome-based education, we are more into learner-centric teaching environment, right? When once we get into the learner-centric teaching environment, in what way the AI is going to have impact on the teaching learning process and moreover on the pedagogy? And are we all really ready to face that? If you are not ready, how to face it, how to get ourselves equipped, how to unlearn the things, how to relearn the things, how to skill, how to reskill to face the situation. Because when you look at the way how AI is going to implement, AI is there everywhere. Just to quote a small example, there are many industries because of the automation or because of the technology intervention gone to doldrums, gone to dogs. For example, you take companies like filmmaking companies. Filmmaking companies, you don't see companies now because there's no need. So what both those people are doing, what Kodak, Konica, Minolta, there are a lot of people are there who are filmmakers. What they are doing now? They didn't close their shutters and stop their business. They are getting into a different domain. Similarly, Nokia never thought that smartphones will take over the complete mobile industry. And Samsung took the lead in that. And finally, Nokia gone to bankrupt. But again, it started realizing it. So, if you delay in realizing the importance of the technology intervention, the disruption will be a disaster. So, before the disruption becomes a disaster, we need to realize ourselves and then see that how to mitigate it. So, how best way we can mitigate as the teachers? Some people say that because of the AI, I don't need teachers. If teachers are not needed for teaching learning process, then where all people will go? How many of you accept that teacher disappear down the line because of AI? It is something like an analogy. If you look at the person who invented atom bomb, later he committed suicide because of the spirit of invention is being completely lost. Now AI is also being invented by human, right? Now ultimately, what is the spirit of AI? The spirit of AI is not to replace people. The spirit of AI is to replace the jobs. The spirit of AI is to only to replace the jobs. Your job description will change, will keep on changing from time to time. As on today, the job description of a teacher is you prepare for the class, go there, stand on the dais, explain the students with a lot of articulation and other interpretation and other tools, and then make students learn. That means you are only working on cognitive ability of the students. You are giving only knowledge. But apart from that, industry is also looking at skill. So skill and knowledge need to go hand in hand. If the both are not going hand in hand, the students who come out of the college will be of no use to the industry again. So in that context, how do you make yourself survive even in the AI-driven teaching learning environment? How best way you can survive? Nowadays, I think most of you might have experienced as well. For example, if a student wants to write a letter to this teacher, he is not writing on his own. Is he writing on his own? He is not writing the letters on his own. He is asking ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplex, or there are many generative AI tools that are available and accessible to the students, and they are writing letters. Earlier, letter writing is a topic that you taught in the class, but do you need to teach letter writing to the students now? Then what we should teach to the students? That's what. So here, my only point here to make you all understand is AI is going to have impact, and that impact is going to be like a wave or like a tsunami. Then how to survive? We need to survive. Survival is possible only when we start reskilling ourselves. For reskilling, we need to unlearn. Unlearn and relearning has to happen. All the topics what I have learned 15 years back, if you want to teach the same thing to your students, you are gone as a teacher. I am talking about only as in the teacher perspective. If you want to teach what is it you have learned 15, 20 years back to your own students, now you are gone. You are lost in the race. Nobody will listen to you. You need to make the class more impactful. You need to gain the attention of the students. Students need to get excited to sit in the class. When the student will sit in the class with more excitement and with a wow feeling, there is something new that he sees in the class. So how do you make your face look new every day in the class matters. For that you use AI. As a teacher, To make every class different, make use of AI. If you don't make use of AI will make use of you and you will be lost. That is the end of the story. It is just like yourself riding on a tiger. It will be very cautious. If you get down, you are lost. You need to ride on it. And that is reality. And see, when as a teacher we have teaching, learning and assessment. These are the areas where the AI is going to have a lot of impact. And I'm sure that in all these perspectives, you'll be listening to the guest speakers today we have here, who will be more focusing on, and you'll have a lot of insights in that. And I'm very sure that all the participants who have come down here, you have a lot of takeaway at the end of the day. So all the best, good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I humbly request Dr. J. Girish Garu, Honorable Director, GMRVF, to deliver his message on this gracious occasion.
Dr. Dinesh Singh, Director in Internal Audit Cell and the ICT nominee, Professor Dr. Valli Kumar Garu, Dr. Shankar Rao Garu, Principal Dr. Prasad Garu, Nageswara Garu, other associate deans, HODs, professors, teachers from other institutions offline, and I heard about 120 teachers registered, and I think close to 200 teachers joining through online. Good morning to you all, and I welcome you for this program. I think the good thing is the government is very forward thinking nowadays. Once upon a time the government is very rigid, but the way the government is moving for the past 15 years, it is very fast. The way like digitization happened under the leadership of Modi ji, and also the way they are pushing the technology into the curriculum, the way like even quantum computing. In fact, even the government of Andhra Pradesh also, the way they are pushing the quantum computing, the way they are pushing the artificial intelligence, machine learning across all the disciplines. It is very good sign. You know, it is very forward thinking. That's what the government is doing. I think when it comes to this, I think the whole purpose is to keep awareness among the teachers, maybe college teachers or degree college teachers or engineering college, to use the technology for their benefit. In turn, it goes to the benefit to the students. That is the whole purpose. I think unknowingly the AI is there already. We are using every day. Whatever the browser you are using, it is AI powered browsers. Whatever you are doing already, it is AI powered. The whole concept is how best you can utilize for your daily life. You can save time. All clerical work can be saved. You can create your question paper. You can create your rubrics, whatnot. You can generate a beautiful question paper, the content. Maybe probably we can take some licenses. Then we can have our own LLM models to generate our own content. So therefore, similarly, you can use it for your research proposals, wherein you can save time. Instead of spending hours together, probably you can generate entire research proposal within 10 minutes by giving a proper prompt engineering prompts. That is the whole purpose. Instead of spending 1 hour, 2 hours time to write any proposal or any communication, that you can do it in minutes. And also the students, you can do better analysis. You can understand their learning patterns. Even you need not understand, the AI can understand their learning patterns. And so that we can reach to every students based upon their skill sets. That is how the many educational softwares are coming up, like Khan Academia, they started some Khan Lingo. Even like you can look into the Duolingo platform for learning various languages. We also introduced it for our students for the first year and second year Excel AI Bharat English test. So that means depending upon your skill level, it automatically adjusts the content. So therefore the content is tailor-made to a particular person based upon his need. their level of understanding. So these are very simple things. You need not be expert, only you need to use various tools in a proper way. Basic understanding, the way you are using mobile, you need not understand how mobile is working. Only you should know how to use the mobile. Same is the case with any technology. If you want to deep dive into the technology, you need to understand deep into it. But what I think the whole purpose of this program is use the technology. So therefore, you can have easy life, you can save your time, you can use the time for your better research or other works. Whatever the way you are doing, it will come down to 1/10. Only 10% you have to focus by using the AI. That is the whole purpose. I hope with this spirit, all of you can use the technology. Of course, at group level, we are all using almost about 15 tools. There is a group, at the GMR group level, all the senior leadership team, they have been given assignment to complete 2 assignments. One, we will be covering all the tools available with the help of the Coursera and Google, then tied up. If possible, we will explore for our faculty also to use. So therefore, minimum usage of AI tools will be ensured with all the faculty and the staff. Probably, sir, AICT also can keep something, probably some standard toolkits. These are the tools. Probably AICT can work out with Google or even Coursera or any other platform. Minimum tools that can be made available to all the teachers. So therefore, minimum assurance will come. You will get the certification also. So therefore, we can assure that at least 90% of our entire country, they know how to use the tools. Okay. With these few words, I welcome you all. Please utilize the time and use AI for your own benefit, in turn to the benefit of the students. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now, I respectfully request Dr. K. Ravindranath Garu, Associate Dean, R&D GMRIT, to deliver vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, my dear colleagues joining us both in person and online, a very good morning to one and all. As we conclude the inaugural session of the pre-summit event of the AI Impact Summit India 2026 titled Impact of AI on Teaching, Learning Process and Pedagogy, it is my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. We sincerely thank the AICTE for providing us this valuable opportunity and for its continuous efforts in steering AI-enabled reforms in education aligned with the national vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, where AI plays a prominent role in strengthening human capital. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of our distinguished dignitaries and keynote speakers, Dr. Dinesh Singaru, Director, Internal Audit Cell and AICTE nominee, Dr. V. Vallikumari Garu, Professor and Dean R&D, Andhra University, and Dr. E. Shankar Rao Garu, former Managing Director and CEO, IFCI Limited. Their insightful perspectives will undoubtedly guide us in strengthening AI-enabled pedagogy and human capital development. We extend our heartfelt thanks to Dr. J. Girish Garu, Director Education, GMR Varalakshmi Foundation, and Dr. CLV RSP Prasad Garu, Principal, GMR Institute of Technology, for their visionary leadership and unwavering support in hosting this prestigious event. And we extend our special thanks to Dr. M.V. Nageshwara Garu, Associate Dean Academics and Nodal Officer of this event, for his dedicated efforts in organizing this meaningful pre-summit initiative. We thank the Associate Deans, heads of various departments, faculty members from GMRIT and faculty from various engineering, in polytechnic, degree colleges, in junior colleges and schools, as well as all participants joining us virtually for their enthusiastic involvement and commitment to academic transformation. Nevertheless, our special thanks to the organizing committee, faculty coordinators, student volunteers, IT support team, FMS team, and support staff whose behind the screen efforts ensured the smooth conduct of this session. Finally, we thank the press and media for amplifying the message of AI-driven educational transformation and inclusive development. We look forward to insightful keynote addresses and enriching discussions through panel debates. Thank you all and wishing a highly productive and inspiring seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I would like to brief the profile of our distinguished keynote speaker. Sir. Guys, you are requested to stay back for a while. Sure. Whose presence is an added advantage to this memorable occasion. Professor V. Valli Kumari Garu is a distinguished academician and administrator, currently serving as a professor of computer science and system engineering at Andhra University. About 3 decades of rich experience in teaching, research, administration, and consultancy, she has made a significant contribution to higher education, research, and governance. She has held several prestigious leadership roles, including co-chief investigator of the ISEA project, vice chairperson of the APCHI, CEO of AP Innovation Society, and director of Andhra University Computer Center. Presently, she serves as the coordinator of the Cybersecurity Center, Andhra University, and continues to actively advise government, public sector, and private organizations. Professor Valli Kumari Garu's research expertise spans network security, data privacy, distributed systems, data engineering, and many more. She has an impressive research profile with over 145 publications, guided more than 30 PhD scholars, and completed numerous DST and DRDO sponsored projects. Her work has been recognized with several prestigious awards, including the Best Researcher Award from Andhra University, Management Excellence Award from the University of California, and national commendations from the Government of India. Professor Valli Kumari Garu is an active member of professional bodies such as IEEE, ACM, CSI, and CRSI. She is also the founder vice chair of the IEEE Vizag Bay subsection. Professor Valli Kumari is widely respected for her thought-provoking leadership in cybersecurity, data privacy, digital governments, and innovation ecosystem, making her an eminent, inspiring keynote speaker for academic and professional forums. Dr. Valli Kumari Garu to address this august gathering and share her invaluable words of wisdom on this gracious occasion.
జూమ్ పెట్టి అంత ఇది స్క్రీన్ నాకు మొత్తం అక్కడ నుంచి
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I would like to begin saying a big thank you to the GMR administration, especially Prasad Garu, principal, and Ramana Garu of the CSC department, R&D Dean, I think. Ravindra Garu, I have seen him for the first time, but I think I trouble him a lot. Yeah, so, and Girish Garu and all my teacher friends here. So this is an opportunity to talk about AI in teaching learning process. Normally, over the past decade or so, I've been delivering a lot of talks on AI tech. When it is about AI tech, I only see teachers from engineering colleges. Really fortunate enough to have a lot of teachers from the school education, polytechnic also added to our engineering college teachers. I have to congratulate AICT for bringing forth such a good event, bringing all the teachers together. Well, AI, you find it everywhere. I'm now talking, if the session is getting recorded, somebody can summarize once they have the video. That is AI, summarizing. Picking out a few patterns, certain texts from my speech is another AI advantage. You want to give a press note in the evening. You don't have time to go through the whole video. Just give it to an AI tool, that video, that audio recording, and it gives you the summary. Now, say somebody is watching this event, participating in this event virtually. Now, say my accent is different from his native accent. He can, at the real time, while the streaming is going on, he can still have a summary. Okay? So, look, you want a recommendation for a book, you want to purchase, you say, today I was coming to GMRIT. My car navigation board, it was telling me, this is the route you need to go. There is traffic congestion here. Like you take Uber. So if you haven't taken Uber for 10 days, it sends you a message saying you have got this offer. Lot of time has passed since you have taken an Uber ride. So that is AI. Okay? So you are traveling and suddenly an SMS comes in or a WhatsApp message comes in saying there are restaurants nearby with certain offers. How do they know that you're in that vicinity? That is AI. AI is everywhere. It is already under the carpet. we're just realizing our feet wet, and we started learning what is AI. So in today's talk, I would like to make you walk through fundamentals of teaching learning process, the impact that can be made by using AI. Why talk about AI in education? Education systems, they face diverse learners. Diverse learners in the sense, people who are your audience, they may be highly skillful, they may be highly intelligent, or just the beginners. They may be coming from the rural background, or they may have been brought up in the city, going through, really well-to-do schools. Diverse learners. Skill industry match. Earlier, say, when I think my dad got his job, so he stayed in that job for more than 30 years, the same job. Earlier, my teachers used to bring the same notes, the maths notes, okay? So we could really make out with the kind of color of the paper. So the syllabus rarely changed. But now you see almost every 1 year, 2 years, sometimes in the same year, we keep revising. Why? Because the pace of technology is changing so fast that we need to really chase the pace with which they are moving forward. So, skill that is being imparted in the education institutions like this and the demands of the industry, there is a huge gap. Not just that, the numbers of people who are seeking employment is also increasing because of the demographic dividend. We cannot open so many colleges with recruiting so many teachers to impart training to them. So the only way is to make use of some technologies to impart education, to meet out or reach out to several thousands of people in the same subject or the domain. So technology is becoming a must now. And so numbers are growing, demands are also very quickly, very fastly moving forward. So the only possibility is to use the technologies now to assess those students who are learning using those technology platforms is also becoming difficult. Similarly, faculty workload and scalability issues. When I joined Andhra University, I had a BTech class of 30 students. So now the same class has got more than 1,000 students, around 12 sections or so. The same class, first year. Just see, faculty workload has increased like anything. That is because we need to cater to the needs of the requirements of the society. We cannot open so many colleges. The only possibility is to increase the strength. But as Prasad sir was just mentioning, but no one answered, will AI replace a teacher? I have it in my slide, sir. The answer, AI is not a replacement for teachers. Definitely not. It's just an augmentation technology. AI amplifies human teaching. It does not automate wisdom. The experience we gain out of teaching so many batches, the way we perceive the emotions of the students while the class is going on, AI will not be able to do all that kind of an analysis. At times, when I see when the students are getting bored, I suddenly bring up an example or a problem or a story kind of a thing. When everything is going on well, I quickly, very fastly, I speed up whatever concepts I need to cover. I only have 10 minutes to go, but I want to cover this topic. Yeah, I have techniques to do that. I didn't prepare for the class. I also know how to. Well, so it does not automate wisdom. It can only do whatever it is designed for. And we are the ones who design it. So it's something like this. I don't know if I can quote this example out here, but how many of you have watched the Robo movie? Rajnikant. Yeah, you know the car scene, right? Car scene. So the Robo is driving and what does he say? Sitting at the back seat? Yeah? So the Robo automatically turns his head totally back. Well, those are the kinds of the challenges that we also have with the AI. So we need not worry about AI, but we have to get equipped with the skills. Otherwise, we'll be left behind. So what is AI in the educational context? Systems that perceive, reason, learn, and adapt are all AI systems. They are different from conventional programs. And the key AI techniques used in the education are machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, and recommender systems. So AI means you're moving from static content, just publishing the notes, to adaptive intelligence. So according to the level of the student, the publication material comes in. So if the student is a fast learner, what is done? Quickly the points are given. If the student is not understanding, some pictures, simulations, some assignments can be shared. Static content to adaptive intelligence is what AI's role is in educational context. It's also a catalyst for personalized learning. So I have a class of 60 students. I teach all of them with the same kind of a topic. But some people require more time, more fundamental explanation. Some people really get bored when we give that level of explanation. But AI-based systems, they can, make personalized learnings possible. Every learner is unique. AI enables adaptive learning paths, personalized pace and difficulty, and content recommendations. So you're learning about a topic, the AI system would automatically say, also read this article, this is really good. Right? This article has been read by your friend with so-and-so roll number who has got similar marks to you. Right? So recommended systems are possible. The outcome is reduced dropouts, improved engagement at your own pace. So some students are early morning raisers, some students are late night readers. Okay, at your own style and way, you can be engaged or hooked to the system. You also can have, very soon, will be coming out with such AI tutors, hologram kinds of, teaching. And so I can be here, but in another auditorium where the audience is sitting, I can still appear on the stage while I'm being here. Personalized learning, you can have a kind of immersion. So that what is the importance of pedagogy in teaching? It improves learning outcomes, promotes student engagement, supports diverse learners, encourages active participation, enhances teacher effective learning and pedagogy. Both of them work together. So it actually transforms the classroom from a place of passive listening into an environment of active learning. So it's AI's impact enables this environment of active learning, and that's the reason why councils like AICTE and other apex bodies are focusing on AI for improvising the teaching learning process. So pedagogy is not simply teaching, that is what we need to understand. It involves deciding what is taught, how it is taught, how learning is assessed, right? And the nurturing of the environment where this learning takes place. So it's not just about teaching something, how the teaching is done and also how the learning is done. Both of them have to be assessed. With manual methods, it's a huge task, a complex task with the kinds of numbers of students we have in the class. So AI really facilitates this kind of an environment. So there is a dynamic interaction between educator, learner and the subject matter. And this skillful facilitation is called as a good pedagogy. You have an educator, a subject matter and a learner. And there is a birelation, bidirectional path between each of these. So teachers in the AI era, I think, are more like mentors than teaching the concepts. They get the concept everywhere, but then to drive that learning process, we need to design certain experiments, certain exercises, certain problems, some interactive kinds of activities to make them engaged in the learning process. Well, to tell you, this graphic I generated through AI. I gave the prompts, like sir was saying, to generate this, to give you, instead of a simple slide like this, I thought some picture will make sense. So gave some prompts and could get this. So there are different types of pedagogies. Constructive pedagogy, which emphasizes on problem solving, encourages inquiry. So student is curious to know. He keeps asking certain questions, searches for them, exploration, and also promotes critical thinking. Collaborative. So these are teamworks, group works. You give an assignment to a group, they do the teamwork, like small projects. So this builds communication skills, encourages the teamwork, and also supports peer-to-peer learning. Then experiential pedagogy. So here you give an activity, hands-on activity, and then they do it. So field trips, experiments, practical demonstrations. Direct instructional, like what we do normally, teacher-centered approach. So we have a set of topics and we cover those topics. Inquiry-based pedagogy. So you keep asking. You ask them to explore a problem and solve the problem. So hackathons, you give a basic statement, and AICTE and many organizations are conducting such kind of activity to make them learn by making them do something. That is one way of improvising them. Reflective pedagogy. So you learned something, now you write back what you learned. So journal writing, reflective discussions, and feedback-based learning. So this comes under reflective pedagogy. And so in effective learning, pedagogy is very important, and it helps in deep understanding, making the learning relevant, motivates the student, and independently he can learn a concept. Also integrates with emotional and social learning. This emotional and social learning, a very good set of drafts and policies are being made by UNESCO NGIEP, which is based out of Delhi, and they're really doing a good amount of work. Now, coming to the topic of my focus, assessment and evaluation. What is the impact of AI? Teaching learning process consists of all the things that I have just mentioned, but more important is the assessment. So traditionally, we correct the papers manually. We have one main exam at the end of the semester, and we give them some marks. Marks are subjective in nature. Normally, if I correct a paper, say for example, the best student may get 60 marks because of my style of correction. Again, some other person may give 69 marks. It is subjective. In the case of AI-based assessments, all evaluations are automated. No subjectivity is there. No biases are there. And mostly they are analytics driven. And it's not a one-time exam. At the end of every topic, you can give some 10 questions. You can give an activity. You can ask them to code. You can ask them to build up a toy, or bring some pieces together. So continuous assessment is possible with technology-based education. And it's not just marks, one number, whole number, but AI models can give you some learning insights, like which chapter he is good at, which chapter he has again and again studied, which chapter he did more mistakes and he needs to revisit again, which chapter he has answered easy questions well, but moderate and difficult questions he could not answer. So that kind of analytics driven insights can be made using AI models. So we can have auto grading if you have multiple choice questions, like what we do with Google Forms and all these days. Okay, it's automatically done, right? Results can be immediately released. So our Christmas holidays and Sankranti holidays don't end up in just correcting the papers after the semester exams. The results can be instantaneously released. Then plagiarism detection. Normally, I don't know about at school age how they are now, but college, if we give an assignment, if we correct one or two papers, it's enough. The remaining follow. Plagiarism detection becomes very important, and is possible through AI-driven models. And the concept level diagnostics. Easy, moderate, difficult. To what level the student is able to solve a problem or understand a topic. Of course, AI is for inclusive and accessible education. It empowers learners with disabilities, language barriers, socio-economic constraints. So wherever you are, you might be in Araku or Lambasingi, deep in the woods, it doesn't matter. You can still reach out if you have a machine and an internet connection. So whether you are from a highly affluential family or from a economically backward family, it doesn't matter. You can listen to the same teacher, same lesson, same content. And not just that, these days NLP is giving out a lot of multilingual context. So speech to text, text to speech. We see the movies, na? So we watch Kannada movie, we get English subtitles, right? Speech to text. Text to speech is also possible. We have Speechify, an AI tool. So where you can just register and then type some text and select somebody's audio if it is already trained, like Ramana Garu's voice is already there. He gave out some speech. Now you can make that Speechify model to read out that typed text in Ramana Garu's voice and record it. Mix it with your PPT. Release the video content. Right? So speech to text, text to speech tools are available. Real-time translation. Now when I'm talking, say if it is in Google Meet already has this facility, it can automatically give the subtitles. And AI-based sign language interpretation. So deaf and dumb, there is some sign language. Even so, if a newsreader is reading out, the subtitles can still be given. How does it help the teacher? We were always, all these slides we were talking about how the student can be assessed, how the student gets benefited. It also helps teachers by automating routine tasks, generating a lesson plan, creating quizzes and question banks, providing student insights. So now teachers gain more time for mentoring than just delivering the talk. How many of you have used Gemini in your Google Classroom? How many are using Google Classroom? It's free for institutions. One? Only one? 2, 3, 4, 5. No one from this section? 2. Okay. It's quite easy. How many of you are using automated tools? Okay. Rubrics, are you designing? Rubrics in classroom? Yeah? So they are all available in the Google Classroom. And they are free if you, if your institution has got a mail ID. So, no, I thought I'll connect to mobile data and show you the Google Classroom analytics. Right then, meanwhile we'll go through the remaining. Okay, so we have AI that creates the content. Okay, you have a topic to teach today. You can use Gemini, ChatGPT, or any other tool, okay, AI-based tool to generate content for that topic. Till now, we were focusing on certain websites to collect the information and do all the things by ourselves. But you can use AI tools to automatically generate slides, to generate content, to generate images. The job of the teacher becomes very easy, right? So lecture notes, summaries, even simulations, coding for small, but you can intervene and make a better code. Then you can generate case studies as well. But then it requires ethical and guided usage. You just can't copy somebody's content. Like DeepSeek gives you out certain information, generates the content. Perplexity generates the content. Perplexity, it announces from which source it has collected that information. But ChatGPT and other tools don't. Right? So it has to be ethical and guided usage. We also have AI-powered virtual labs and simulations. So you don't have to carry out the experiments physically. First carry out them on the virtual mode and then they take them to the lab. So a lot of cost savings because there are huge number of students in the sections. Catering to those requirements is quite difficult. Certain concepts can be taught on virtual labs. Safe experimentation, cost effective, they're also scalable. If you have a chemistry lab, you need to give samples to all the 60 students. But here, build a module, a training module, and that can be scaled up to 6,000 students, depending on the server capacity, how many connections it can handle at a time. That many students can be trained. So, healthcare training, you can have the 3D visualization models, explain them all the parts of the body. Okay, so lot of virtual labs can be implemented. And in the higher education and research, as sir was just saying, lot of research papers are now written through these Gen AI applications. Lot of research papers. Like recently, CDAC has consulted me to review certain papers submitted by people and certain articles submitted by students on cybersecurity. There were around 800 to 900 in all. And when we went through manually, a group of us, you can see 95% of the articles were generated. 95% of the articles. It was really tough. But then we have tools, Turnitin now integrates with AI. All the plagiarism detection tools now integrate with AI. So till now it was like similarity search. How much of a particular article is matching with certain article. That was the score we had till today. But these days, over the last couple of months or so, we see how much AI generated content is there. AI generated content, how much percentage is there in this article. So now plagiarism and similarity checks, they're becoming important. And even grant proposal assistance. People are writing research proposals. That's fine. But then DST is now also checking if it is AI generated proposal. Yeah, it accelerates research productivity, but then we have to intervene and change it. Then AI and skill-based education. All of you know NEP 2020, it's focusing more on the skill aspect of the student. So it's giving a lot of flexibility to the student. He can have a gap year, he can take a break in a semester, go and learn, do something, experiment, come back, continue. You don't like a particular course being offered in the college, you can go to MOOC, any MOOC. Attend, get the credits right away. So a lot of flexibility is given to the student. So focus is on outcome-based learning and industry-aligned skills and lifelong learning. AI now supports micro-credentials, skill mapping, and then personalized upskilling. But then the issues, challenges that remain in AI generated education content is data privacy, algorithmic biases, academic integrities, and over-dependence on the AI. So what is data privacy? lot of data is getting collected. Lot of data is getting collected from the students. Lot of data is or content is getting generated by the student or the teacher. Now, data privacy is like a particular student has failed an exam. That data is there with the campus. And that data is being given access to the teachers, the administration. Not just that, these institutions, they tie up with third-party vendors. So I hire a software company for my college to implement all this stuff. So the data is accessible also to them. How is it likely that he is providing that data to some placement companies all by himself? Right? So that placement company gets an advantage of accessing all your students' credentials, their learning patterns, learning analytics. He may be selling the data to somebody, but that is private to you. That you failed an exam need not be known to somebody. Just imagine we have certain tools now, AI tools, which the companies use to find out the credibility of the candidate. They check the Facebook, Twitter, all the social media apps, right? And then they build the profiles of these, right? So say for example, you are searching for a boy for your daughter. Just go to such a company and get the credentials. You don't have to ask all your network people. So that is the kind of business that's going to happen in future. So AI, when you're dumping so much of data, so much of behavioral analytics are being done, so many data patterns are being stored somewhere, somebody can actually use it for a different purpose altogether. Let us all remember, data is the new oil, as Ambaniji was saying some 10-12 years ago when he launched Reliance Jio. Data is the new oil, right? So if you have the data now, someday you can reap the benefits by mining the data, right? So like post-quantum era, you know, quantum computing has become the norm today. Okay, it's the most trending buzzword among the government, state government, central government, any college. Earlier, 20-30 years ago, we used to find something like cyber cave for internet center. Then came something related to AI. Like I saw one near the Pages Book Depot, there was a tea stall saying ch.ai. It was a tea stall, chai. So that is the kind of craziness we got for these words. Now everything is quantum. You talk about anything, they put a quantum word before, right? So post-quantum, once quantum computers are available for low cost, they're inexpensive. This huge amount of data that you have collected, okay? So gather as much information as possible now, harvest it later in the post-quantum era. That is the thing that is happening now. That's the reason why when you see many of the websites, earlier scraping was very easy, but now they have locked everything. You cannot even copy the content. People are now restricting their content. They know what is the value of the content. After all, data is a new oil. So all your school's data, it's the oil for the future, remember. Never share your students' data, your content to anyone just for free, right? So as I said earlier, teachers become mentors, facilitators, ethical guides and designers of learning experiences. Right? So I sometimes feel, okay, a parent is like a teacher, but a grandparent is like a mentor. He gives pocket money, he is a facilitator for a bike or something. He also tells you moral stories. He tells you what to do, what not to do. So the role of teachers is more not like a parent. It will be like a mentor, facilitator in future. Because all the concepts are taught by these AI models. They are teaching better than you. But there are certain things that those models can't do. That is where we have an opportunity as teachers in the future. For those of us who have lot of service, I think we have to focus on this aspect and forget about teaching the routine concepts. So we have to be a step above those AI tools. So future classrooms are high tech but are deeply human. So there are a lot of adaptive learning platforms, AI-based LMSs. I suppose many of you are already using Moodle, right? Moodle or Google Classroom, yeah, like, right. Smart classrooms and AI-powered exam proctoring. So you turn your face to the left, when you're writing the exam, it pops up an alert. Don't turn straight, write your exam. Right? You're trying to open another browser for help, it says no, you're not allowed. You stick to this browser. AI proctored exam. Now, how are all these analytics or assessments done? Right? So, so this is simple Google Classroom. You can have all your classes material right here. How many of you are using? I think 5-6 people. For the benefit of the others, I'm telling this, so please be patient enough. Yeah. So you can have all your classes here. Okay? So the last 5-6 years I've been using this platform. Before that, I had installed Moodle. I had my own LMS for 3-4 years, but it was quite expensive hosting it in a server and all. So I discontinued that and then started out here. That LMS was a Moodle LMS. It was installed in AWS cloud. So it was almost becoming 30,000-40,000 a year for just hosting space. Okay, so you have some class. You can post the sessions out here. The student at any point of time can visit that, right? So he can just go at any time. He can listen to the class. Like for example, I'll just click on some random session. You can post the slides. You can post some simulation links. You can post even the recorded lecture. It's okay. about mixed columns. Right? So this is available in the last class. And we also studied, you can just give them, you can use some H5P content. Some position in this set only. So you know H5P go to that and create some quizzes in between these videos. So assessment will also be automatically done.
Most interesting.
You can post links, study materials, and all the stuff.
Yes. And then transfer.
Right?
0, 0.
So, like this, you can post all these lectures, and they're all available for any number of years. You can interact. You can leave them post questions on the chat.
Okay. Plus x power 4, x cube, x square. Now what is this result? X power 12. Yes, Gopi. Tell me what is the reduced expression?
2x power 9.
And our colleague will perform operations
This one.
directly of 2. X power 9 ante 1 plus 1 mod 2.
So you can have the PowerPoint slides for if they want to write the notes right away, right? And like this, you can post everything, whichever lesson they are falling back. Okay, they're behind the class. They can pick up, right? So this is simple environment. Only thing you need to do is have your college or school registered with Google. They'll give you an institution mail ID and you automatically get this for free. If you want some extra features, then you may have to purchase the package. But basically, it is free. What else do you have? You can also have some tools. Like for instance, you can also have some reviews conducted. Okay, so whatever assignments they submitted, you can view them, you can find the class average and how many marks this student has got. Not just that, you can also do some, you can just click on this and this is where, this is where you can get all the Google AI tools for educators. You can outline a lesson plan, you can give a prompt, generate a lesson plan, upload it to the classroom page. Okay? You set the context and it will do the thing for you. You can generate a quiz. Right? I haven't used all of them, but most of them I created rubrics. So you can just create a prompt, say I can give some class, say 4th year, 4 performance levels. Say I just showed you AES algorithm, and then you can actually improvise it and then generate the criteria. It automatically does it. So the rubric criteria are understanding AES structure and components, the lesson I have shown you just now. Explanation of key expansion process, AES round transformations, clarity and accuracy of the explanations, demonstration of real world explanation. Now I am generating the rubric. Now you can now assign it to the assignment question. So this is done. And for this you can assign the marks. Very easy, right? So now, like all the LMSs or Google Classroom kinds of tools, they're providing a lot of flexibility to the teachers, right? So other than this, we also have, I haven't saved it, you can add to the class. whichever class you have created this. Or you can export a rubric to an Excel sheet. Or you can print it in the document if you want to file it in your file. Okay? So, then brainstorm project ideas, lot of stuff. Write a story, build a choice board, lot of stuff. So teacher's job is slightly getting easier and easier, but you have to invest time to make this more meaningful, right? You can edit that rubric as well. So that's it. And the learning analytics. Do you know when you are using a Zoom platform, some data is collected. When you view a YouTube video or an Insta video, some data is collected. Be it a movie reel or be it a classroom video. It doesn't matter. Video is a video. So whether you are holding the phone like this, what is the lighting in my room? Okay, which part of the screen which button I am pressing fast? Am I looking at the right top, left, or in the middle? So when a button is placed, okay, which button am I clicking fast? Based on that, my screen will be customized. Right? The temperature in the room is also recorded. So whatever features your mobile phone or your desktop has got, okay, so whenever you are installing an app, what does it say? I want access to this, photos, files, contacts. It asks for every kind of an access, right? And we blindly say all. And in the process, it collects a lot of data. So if you don't believe, I can show you an example. Say, I'm not against Zoom or WebEx, but yeah, Zoom is popular. So I'm showing you this stuff. Yeah. We always say agree on this, na? What happens when we say agree? Whenever you are attending a Zoom session, be it a student, a teacher, what personal data do we receive? Your account information, your profile, participant information, contact information, settings. Settings are what? Audio video settings, recording file location, which folder you are sending the recording file, screen sharing settings, other settings and configuration information, registration information. Now what is more important is this, device information. Information about the computer, phone, other devices used when interacting with Zoom products and services. Okay, which OS, which model phone, which model computer. It may also include information about what kind of a speaker you are using. Microphone, camera, and the resolution only. OS version, hard disk ID, PC name, MAC address, and మీ device యొక్క MAC address, IP address, your internet connection address, which may be used to infer, so they'll know your location at a city or the country level. They'll know from where you are watching it. Device attributes like OS system version and battery level also. Wi-Fi information, you're on mobile data or Wi-Fi, which service provider, and other device information like Bluetooth signals, right? Okay, that is about your device. What else? Content and context from meetings, webinars, messaging and other collaborative features. Means all your chat data, all your content, PPT and everything that you are sharing, messages that are hosted on this. It's not just Zoom, even WebEx, you talk about any Teams, Microsoft Teams, all the companies collect this information. Okay, your Q&A, polls, who has voted for what, any files you have uploaded into the chat, everything. Invite details, meeting or chat name, meeting recording. It may contain your voice as well as image. Even your voice data they have. Depending on the account owner settings, what you choose to share, your settings and what you do on the Zoom products and services. Then, this is directly put on the Zoom website. They say we collect this information. Then how do they use this information? They say they can share with their third party people. Right? What do they say? Edits to transcript text were authorized by the account owner and other inputs that help Zoom to understand feature usage. They say we will improvise our Zoom facility. Improve the product design and suggest features with third-party apps are added in a meeting or other product or service, all that. They also use information from Zoom mail and calendar services, third-party integrations, any content. Now see how much of data is collected just in a video meeting. Just a Zoom call, an online class, a single online class. This is for a single individual. If you have a class of 60, all 60 people's data, their mobile devices information. Getting it? Yeah. So AI, where does it get all the data from? This data that is collected, not just student data, assignment, your whatever content, lesson plan, not just that. It's way beyond that. Got it? So it knows whether you're attending the class from under the tree in the park, or from the classroom, or from the lab, or your home. It knows the location. So your behavioral pattern is known. Your behavior pattern is known. Right? So we think we have a PIN. We have a password to log in. So everki telidani anukuntam. But we just know the PIN. Everyone else knows everything about us. Right? So this is all about the video. Okay? I am not against Zoom. Disclaimer. I have just shown you a sample of it. And then, now you know what amount of data is collected. So now learning analytics, they are based on this data plus the AI models that are written. And what do they say? What do all of us say? Learning analytics, we want to improve the learning. That is what we are trying to say. So, this focuses on measurement, analysis and reporting of the learner data and transforms the raw educational data into actionable insights. So normally routine assessments, there are standardization issues. Early morning when you are collecting a student paper, okay, you are very fresh and you correct it so well. Okay, evening just before sleeping when you are correcting the paper, you are in a hurry. Okay, you give him more marks. No standardization. Right? Bias in the assessment. Suddenly we come across a student roll number who is very sharp in the class, has not written the paper well. So we understand, right? we understand during the assessment, even if something is lagging. Limited feedback, right? So why we have given so many marks? There is no, subjectivity, like, and time constraints are important, and data overload. Okay, if you need to correct 100 papers in 1 hour, kind of correction. If you have one whole day, another kind of a correction. So in AI, from manual data collection to simple statistical methods, slowly bringing awareness in the computer's usage in education to online learning platforms and LMSs, now to AI algorithms and predictive analytics. So based on some 4 or 5 years of college data, you can really make out what kind of career options the student can have. Where is he good at? Early intervention of attendance, performance trends, and engagement metrics really helps you out in dropout risk and learning difficulties. Some 7-8 years ago, Andhra Pradesh state government has come out with a project in collaboration with Microsoft. So they enrolled around, in the pilot study, around 10,000 schools. I don't know if someone is from government school, they know this. So they captured all the data from these schools and then found out, okay, that data is really meaningful and can have certain patterns extracted out of it. So they rolled out to 60,000 schools. And then they got huge amounts of data and they ran some AI models and then predicted the students who are likely to drop out next semester. They won't come to school back again. They found out the reasons. Could be, say, girl, then could be some washroom facilities are lacking, they can't stay for the whole day. Okay, certain things like that. Food, afternoon meals, lunch, or certain other aspects. Okay, so based on that, government has taken decisions to provide remedial classes for those that require, some support for the school dresses and or lunch or certain schemes like that. So decision making, administration, policy making is possible with such studies. Karnataka government has got a lot of AI based schemes modeled out with schools, colleges. Rajasthan government has come out with certain innovation practices. You have a student's performance record, and this can be chained with the next classes. 10th class, 12th class, BTech, this can be linked. We have something like DigiLocker. All the records are placed out there. Now you can still do some analytics on all this kind of data. Yeah, so for want of time, I think I'll skip a few of these sessions. We teachers, we can teach for 2 hours or condense it to 1 hour. So my session was supposed to be 2 hours, so yeah. So this is what I was explaining. Engagement analytics. How much time the student was viewing the particular video, how much time he went out of that scope and watched a YouTube video. You're getting it. You're changing the channel, right? So all that is recorded. Clickstream analytics, behavioral analytics, engagement scoring algorithms, video watch time, discussion participation, assignment interaction. So all these can be plotted on the dashboards for the teachers. Institution decisions can be taken. So, key takeaways from all these case studies are: learning analytics is predictive. It's not a reaction of what data is collected. It's personalized. So individual learners have got their own metrics. అంటే మీకు మీరే కాంపిటీషన్, మిమ్మల్ని వేరే వాళ్ళతోటి పోల్చి చూపించరు. That is the advantage. Okay, yesterday to today, what is the incremental growth? Then actionable, not descriptive. It's something like his performance is satisfactory, good, poor, not descriptive. So you have right insights to drive him further. So data collection, insights, and then intervention or decision making is what this AI impact is going to be on teaching learning process. But I will again confirm and assure and reassure that teachers remain central and AI is just an enabler. We also have DPDP Act in India, which was recently released. GDPR means General Data Protection Regulation for data that is collected in the computers. A European law has already come out a decade ago, more than a decade ago. Recently, 2 years ago, DPDP Act, there was a bill initially. It was put for comments on the portal. Then just a couple of years ago, it was passed in the lower Sabha and upper Sabha, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. It has become an act now. It has got all the rules and punishments when somebody misuses the data. How privacy of a student has to be protected, teacher has to be protected. Aadhaar Act, that has got certain data protection related regulations and punishments if some data is misused. So education institutions now in the deliberations in the afternoon, maybe these points may be considered to be recorded in the outcomes, like data security measures have to be implemented in every institution. Training the staff on the data privacy issues. Okay, like you got a wrong feedback in this class in this college. Now if you are going to another college, that college might have this shared data of what the feedback of the students or your administration is. It becomes difficult, right? So that's a privacy issue.
We have a third party inquiry.
But here if you are subscribing to some common platforms, we can't say. It need not be third party, it's like. So regularly reviewing and updating the data management policies, passwords, every 6 months change and some policies like that. And like what AICT is doing now, it is preparing institutions for AI adoption. Just bringing all of us together doesn't mean they want us to learn about AI impact. It is about that, look, next time when you are conducting an event, you have to show us how many students analytics are done. How did your institution excel after using AI platforms? How did your student skills have got improved after AI? That's what they would like to ask next time. Faculty training, AI literacy, infrastructure is quite important. You need to have all these servers, internet connection, all this stuff. So proper funding has to be allocated to this. Policy frameworks on the government side, even on the college side, at their levels, they have to be constituted and placed on the portals so that all teachers and students will know what to do, what not to do, how to do, and all the ethical guidelines. No copying of assignments, no copying of content of somebody for your class activities. And so education data laws, AI governance, international standards, all the compliance frameworks, and the audits too. Okay, why a particular person has got only these marks? There should be a software audit as well. So curriculums redesign, AI tool awareness, how to use them in the class, critical thinking skills, and responsibly using the AI, and teaching learning. The future is like There will be AI mentors, AI-enabled mentors too. Immersive learning will be coming into the campuses, and lifelong adaptive education. We have to keep learning. It's not like that the maths notes one teacher, could use for the whole. BS Gravel was one textbook we used and it's being still used. But here, no. The things will change. So personalized degrees. It won't be, so you'll have your own parameters. That's what I suppose. I thought, so how much improvement I have had from previous years to now. What is my personal growth? It's not like the college degree, university degree. That is different. But we'll be having personalized degrees with our own kinds of metrics. AI for Viksit Bharat and the knowledge economy. So, democratized access to quality education, bridging the urban-rural divide, skilled workforce, and innovation-driven growth. These are all the factors that are mentioned in Viksit Bharat. And AI is enabling that. And this will definitely drive the knowledge economy. Yeah, so AI is a powerful enabler, not a replacement. Teachers remain central. Ethical adoption is critical. And AI-driven education brings in inclusive, personalized, and scalable growth. So, thank you. I conclude saying the future of education is intelligent, inclusive, and inspired. Thank you.
With your permission, and I would like to invite the participants to have a few queries. Dear participants, if you have any queries, Madam is comfortable to answer you.
Most welcome, please come. Or you can pass on the mic to them.
Not required. Professor Valli Kumari. A very good afternoon, keep us listening for that insightful lectures and keynote speeches. I'm Dr. P.N. Singh, Professor of CS. Here it is not a query or question. One update that we have the proposal of the quantum computing labs, and we got this paper published for the post-quantum cryptography also, and one patent also post-quantum cryptography using lattices. Anyway, so our query is in that way to the audience or to the expert. So if we have in the device some different air and fragrance tubes, we can program the AI to just throw out those fragrance. So when it is possible through AI to pass the air or fragrance or smell, is it looking, nobody has got the PhD up to now. Will the AI will be able to pass the air by the combinatory or combination of the circuits? Are you thinking that in future research area will come? Passing the air, fragrance or smell?
Drunk and dry cases. It's all about smellness and passing air, and you blow air and the machines are already doing it. AI is not required.
No. Passing the air through transmission. Passing the air through transmission. Is it possible through AI? Metaverse, passing the air through transmission, smell or fragrance. Passing the air through transmission. Metaverse is there, we have seen the avatar.
Maybe.
But by the combination of circuits, how it can pass the smell or air. That is also the future. I don't think it has come now, and in near 10 years after also we will have.
Well, I read in quantum, like I just started a couple of years ago. I'm still a novice, I'm still learning. But,
Sir has something to say on that.
yeah, please, sir.
In fact, I have just come back from our power plant, GMR power plant, there at the board of directors. So we were demonstrated yesterday for all the directors. Every day 400 trucks comes with coal and other things. So accidents and other things were prevented because of the drunken driving. Now if you ask them to blow, those fellows may not do it. So, because they are very difficult. So we have devised a equipment. So you know, just if you talk, we'll say that you please speak. What's your name? Where is your Aadhaar card?
Mannerisms. You are
That itself, and it tells how much he is toxic.
So, anomaly in speech.
He's giving an alert to base that driver is drunk.
Driver is drunk, and we will know how much toxic he is. We will go give the graph within the limits, outside the limits.
This normal conventional voice is recorded.
Yeah.
Earlier it is a database and it compares to that and then
There is
say.
a lot of database which is there. With these type of samples we have put a LLM inside. And whoever speaks, the data gets collected, gets refined more and more. So the fellow from Andhra, from Gujarat, or from who are the drivers, each fellow is having
This is like a device on the dashboard.
Yeah. So he need not blow it up. We'll just talk. The security guard will be talking, and this will give him on this one full complete.
He is out of balance.
Yeah. So the truck will be inside or outside. That's it.
Actually, I think his question is how to transmit smell from one place to another place. Yeah. So I think quantum entanglement.
In quantum entanglement, superposition, all.
So whatever I am feeling here, I can make you feel.
Yes, then touch and feel the another thing. Touch and feeling of the heart is another thing. I'm just asked where this combination of circuits will be able in the future to transfer the smell.
Nothing is impossible.
But if it is a tube is there, device is there, fragrance tubes are there, we can program to throw. It is having so big impact, we can throw the oxygen to the hilly area to our soldiers. If it can transmit the air.
Okay.
There will be some research in future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Due to short of time, and we are going to the next activity. I cordially invite our respected principal, sir, Dr. C.L.V.R. Prasad Garu, and Dr. J. Girish Garu, Honorable Director, and Ravindranath Garu, R&D, and Nageshwara Garu. I cordially invite you all to felicitate Madam. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Dear all, I request you all to take a 5-minute tea break, and refreshments are available at beside boardroom 2. We will reconvene after 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back to auditorium. Hope you enjoyed your tea. I now take this opportunity to introduce our keynote speaker, Professor E. Shankar Rao Garu, whose esteemed presence add further value to this august gathering. Dr. E. Shankar Rao Garu, born and brought up in Visakhapatnam, was a child prodigy as he completed his matriculation at the age of 13 and intermediate at the age of 15. Having a keen interest in engineering and technology, he had his graduation in Tripoli from the College of Engineering, Andhra University. After passing the first GATE exam in 1983, he completed his post-graduation in MTech from IIT Kharagpur. Having successfully developed numerous technological programs and projects both in private and public sectors. With an intense passion in academic and research, he joined IIT Bombay, where he pursued his PhD. While pursuing, he completed PGDBA from Pondicherry Central University in the year 2002, while serving in IDBI and IDFC. For the last 23 years, he held many positions like director, chairman, etc. in banking and finance sectors. During the last 10 years of his career, he served as a whole-time director at board level management at IIFCL Group, IFCI Group, Stock Holding Corporation Limited, and also served as the chairman of the board of the governors of reputed business schools MDI Gurgaon and Murshidabad and ILD Jaipur. His spectrum of professional interests is in corporate and project finance, structured finance, investment banking, policy making, and many more related to infrastructure and industry. He was invited to serve as a member in high-level interministerial communities, Government of India, Niti Aayog, RBI, etc., and he was the member of 12th Five-Year Plan. As a part of his individual social responsibility, he has held several motivational sessions where he shares his research and personal experience with faculty, students, International Airport Limited, GMR Airport Infra Limited. With a passion for academic and research, he is teaching as a professor in Andhra University, School of International Business and other institutions. With a great pleasure and honor, I cordially request our esteemed keynote speaker, Professor E. Shankar Rao Garu, to address this august gathering and share his invaluable insights with us. Welcome, sir. Sir, for kind information, after half of this session, we will have lunch break. After that, the session will continue. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, are you able to hear? Yeah, yeah. Good afternoon to all of you, and I really thank GMR IT to invite me for this session, and Dr. Girish, Dr. and other his faculty members and the ASCT, Ms. Jagdish, I think. So, and the faculty and the teachers from various institutions who have come here. Basically, I am not a teacher, so I am a trainer and industrial practitioner. So, I will be sharing my experiences from industry more than from the academics, which are applied in nature for the academics. So, with all the experiences which I have earned in the last 35 years, and in fact, I'm happy to share, I used artificial intelligence for my PhD in 2000 to 2004 in IIT Bombay, using artificial neural networks on international telecommunication networks, project finance, that too in finance I used it. So that's the brief background. So this particular topic which they have given to me is about the impact of AI on teaching and learning. Yeah. Is it okay? That's fine, thanks, sir. So here I have tried to put some of the slides. Disclaimer is, yes, some of the figures AI generated, it's not me because of the short time, but the content is mine, okay, right? Now this is very important for all of us because most of you, whether it is engineering and non-engineering, today technology is used by everyone. And we have moved, India has moved from all the stages which you can see from agriculture age to industrial age, technology age, digital age, and then new AI age. November 2023 onwards, AI has been predominantly into the market. And today the market is something like $17 billion worth of market. Market is there by 2027. So rapidly it is moving. It's good or bad. Whether the bubble will sustain, God knows. So, but yes, the speakers who mentioned before me, it's a tool. One has to make use of it. And all we used to say earlier, in a computer, garbage in, garbage out. So we should be very careful about the biasedness of these LLMs. If you ask in Europe something against Europe, it will not give the correct answer. If you talk about China and ask in anything, in any form of AI, in DeepSeek or anything, Arunachal Pradesh, it will say it's a disputed area, it is their land. So these are all, LLMs are so. So we should, so human touch is necessary. Like e-commerce earlier, it was a big bust. Now e-commerce is doing it because of the Amazon and things have changed in 20 years. In 2020, actually in 20 years back, internet is slow, the e-portal is there. People are ahead when they started the project, they all died ahead of times. Now it is needed. Now similarly AI, now above AI now the quantum computing is coming. I'll give an example. Same way now AI is coming, then quantum computing is coming. AI not yet matured, it is growing, the growth is going up, so it has to get stabilized with the proper LLMs and then with a lot of data, so it takes some time. But huge leap is happening, investments are happening, we don't know how the models are going to work. So one should be very, very cautious for it and fear the use of AI in different applications. Engineer, you have to analyze it is correct or not. If it's a doctor, one has to analyze it or not. If not, the treatment what you're going to do or the decision what you're going to do may lead to some wrong decisions. So one should be very, very about the use of AI. That's my feeling. Because I checked it. I want to tell you this also. Today you need not go to an astrologer. You can test yourself. But is it accurate? I don't know. So I tested in 2 of the operators of AI by prompting it the same one, I got different answers. And when I corrected and said that this is, see, man panchangalo paatha chusukunte adi correct ga untayi. Andulo doubt ledu. ఇవి చెప్పేవేమో మనకు తెలియదు. సో నేను అప్పుడేమో ఆ పంచాంగం నాది ఏదైతే ఉన్నదో పాత హారోస్కోప్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ ఐ ఫెడ్ అగైన్ అండ్ ఐ సెడ్ యువర్ అండ్ ఐ స్టార్టెడ్ డిస్కసింగ్ విత్ దట్ మోడల్. Then when I said this and given rewritten and mentioned it, it said, I am very sorry I have given you the wrong result. This is the accurate one. Now you can follow this. Now tell me, if you copy it and just paste it, you are in soup. So one should be very careful about what you get in from the AI. These are some of the examples practically which I see. Now this is where exactly this is happening. Now when I use the word economy, finally all these things, see, anything what we do in any sector, industry or infrastructure sector or medical sector or any sector, finally the raw material is people, their knowledge, which gets into that and then that business is run. Finally the business is run, whether it is business for profit or business for non-profit. Non-profit is temples, religious centers, NGOs. But there also knowledge is needed for what you wanted. So the point is, economy is driven by both business and non-business entities and the economy grows. So right now we are at $4.27 trillion, 4th position, that's fine. The prediction is that we want to go by 2030 by $5 trillion. Now $5 trillion, it may take some time. Actually, we are supposed to complete that in 2025 from 2020. But now we have extended it. So because you can see the huge economy which is run on e-commerce. Digital age. Artificial intelligence is business analytics, where I have talked about retail analytics and artificial intelligence. Now, I'll give an example how fast the AI is completely scanning you and your characteristics and your interests. So one of my friends actually every month he purchases from Amazon. So he has become a preferred customer. Now one day the items have come to his home. He did not order at all, but the machine started learning his complete preferences and interests, and the package has come. It's completely free. So this year, this month, we asked, they are not placed the order. In Delhi it happened. Then the driver says that this is a complimentary thing, you might have forgotten for this month to place the order. So these are the things. This is complimentary, you can have it because you are my preferred customer. Customer retention. So these are the things which the machines have started learning. Okay, you go to Netflix, actually it will tell you which are your preferred movies which you watch. So today it is enabling you. It's for you. So it is actually cutting your time to search for the things. Okay. So this is where exactly the e-business. Now, why AI should be so important for us? Why AI is so important for us in this world? Business is becoming highly competitive. Thin margins are there, profits are very less. Now tell me how you can cut the costs. So AI is being used or should be used to minimize your costs, maximize your revenues. Now if I want to go by taxi, there are a number of tax operators who gives me the best one, I choose that. So many parameters I do, airlines, telephones, electricity, everything, competition, FMCG products, TVs, fridge, everything. So these are all the where the competition is coming, so AI has to be used to cut the costs on the business models. So that's where exactly it helps you instead of doing it manually. So data is very important. Now all this comes from data. AI, when we talk about it, it is data. So data, raw data, the data should be quality data. If it is, data is not proper, you'll get wrong results. So data has to be normalized and moderated so that the data is correct. Now for example, here if you take the average, someone says he's 7 feet. In this room there is no 7 feet fellow. Or 6 also very difficult. So some result, if it is there like that, 6 or 7 in this one, the data is wrong. So you have to normalize it and moderate it so that the average is correct. Bell shape comes in place. It cannot be exceptional. So if entries when you do, people can do mistakes in entering the data. So you have to put filters. So these are the way the data storage, data warehousing, data mining. From there you'll get the decision support system. From there you'll go to the expert support system. And then from there you went to machine learning. From machine learning you went to the artificial intelligence. This much of process is there which you have to think about it to get the quality information, quality AI outputs. If not, we'll be having the wrong information and wrong data for your business decisions or for anything to matter, which I gave the example. So digital AI is there, communication is getting, today, AI has, in fact, information systems have grown only after the telecommunication has grown, because they are the pipes to transmit all this. So fiber, satellite, all these technologies are robust today. Fast AI, fast data transmission in gigabytes it can move. Today the mobile phones are all having 512 gigabyte, 512 GB, 256 GB. Earlier it was not data driven because of multimedia. Completely it is multimedia, triple play. So today AI is used in everything: text, video, audio. So any media form, the data is available. In fact, I want to tell you, I have come yesterday only from the GMR Kamalanga power station, 1000 megawatts power station. We use AI to sense the failures before it fails. By heat sensing, the data is collected continuously, and then we put the policy parameters. It checks with this policy parameters. Earlier those were not there. Because today you have high-speed computing processors and high-speed 5G network we have inside the complex that comes on real time. That means in less than 5 milliseconds or 10 milliseconds the data comes to the server. Now this is where exactly the 5G helps you to get the real-time data and then take decisions. So that's where exactly the triple A, whether it is voice recording or video recording, or it's a text or any other signs, it takes and then it gives this one. So we control all the 3 generators day and night, 24/7 through AI. And I'll tell you one more thing. The bearings and other thing, the maintenance, now we are not doing only corrective maintenance. Corrective maintenance is very costly. Means after failure you correct it. Today we are using predictive maintenance and condition-based monitoring. So we predict the temperatures, the vibrations, and then we'll work backwards. Suppose it says that in next 6 months this needs major overhauling. So that we collect it, and then how many engineers are needed, when the space will come, we'll put it, orders in much in time. So the downtime of the machine is not there. High availability of the machine, these are all the artificial intelligence. So these are the applications. But you have to collect every day data and then keep it in such a way so that you get the refinement of your decisions, what is coming is more accurate, near to the goal. So that's where exactly the things are happening in this digital and AI age. Now let's see what people have said about this one. Beautiful statements given by these people, personalities. The Prime Minister of India said, Digital India is an enterprise for India's transformation and scale unmatched in human history. Definitely. We and China are definitely a different ballgame to the world because of our population. Because of, especially India, different states. We have 29 states and 6 union territories, different language, different color, creed. So LLM's business is going to be a big one for each state for their own way of growth. Each state will have its own AI systems. You can't use the AI system of Andhra to take it to Gujarat because the languages are different. Our records are different, our land records are different. So the thing is, it's really a game changer for the whole world. If you can do it in India, it's nothing like that. Same thing what Pichai has said. We have learned that when we solve for a place like India, we solve for everyone around the world. Digital unlock. If you do here, you need not do any more experiments anywhere in the world. That's the beauty of the demographic, what we have, and the democracy, what we have, so that is there. So rest of the things, these are other 2 people have said about it. So what I mean to say, digital transformation is just moving very fast. And age is not a bar, and education is not a bar for it. Any fellow can use it. Whether the fellow is in the field, he'll use it. He doesn't know what it is, but he knows how to operate a phone, how to get the information. Right? And age is also not anyone. My mother uses it, 87. So today, technology has become part and parcel along with us for our daily life. And AI is now just stopped up, which are you see. For example, in the car when you are going, the Google is there and then it gives you the directions, the best version. But sometimes it is always listening to what we are talking inside. So sometimes it gets on because of this one. Shall I help you with us? In some of the cars it is there, the feature. So we have to shut it down. If not, it will be sensing what we are talking and then it wants to help us. So AI has crept into the mechatronics in the automobile industry. right? So finally, business is something, but for the business, the foundation is education. What we produce. This is a factory to produce the people to run the businesses. So for that, there should be a policy. Every business is having a policy. For education also, we have national education policy now, 2020. More flexible and I think most of the people might have talked about it. So this is where exactly it is. It should be, as Madam has mentioned it already, it should be ethical, accessible, affordable, equity should be there. All that is needed so that the whole country will go into Atmanirbhar 2047, right? So for that, AICT is also working, and in fact on AI, NITI Aayog is working, Minister of Telecommunication is working, Minister of Electronics is also working. Every policy, you can see that so many policy papers are there. You can make use of them. And people are working. And each state is having its own policy now. Andhra Pradesh is having its IT policy, AI policy, quantum policy, startup policy. All these are interlinked. Because digital economy is going to grow in a big way in the next 5 to 10 years. And which are the segments which will be growing very fast for all this at the back end? Logistics department, logistics, transport systems, transport sector, storage sector. So logistics cost will come down with this technology to use it from 14% to 9%. So that's what the logistics is another big business which is coming up, and e-commerce. E-commerce is linked to logistics. That's a big market which is there apart from the airports and ports which we have. So there's a big game changing is happening, and especially after the COVID, digital transformation is much more, and this video audio conferences started happening. Now I think it has become the new norm for communication and for doing the businesses, right? So redefining the education right now in the AI age. So artificial intelligence is transformed higher education beyond technology adoption, right? Fundamentally reshaping pedagogy curriculum that's needed. Even the skill development center which is there, or skill in Delhi, I think a lot of redesigning of the skills are happening with the new technologies which are coming up. Teachers, the roles of the teachers and the learners. National Education Policy provides a strong foundation through its focus on technology integration, multidisciplinary learning. Multidisciplinary learning. See, today an engineer can do medicine. In fact, I would like to mention in AMTZ, how many of you know AMTZ in Vizag? Now AMTZ 2 is going to come up with another 500 acres because the 500 acres is already over. Medical device, that's the only world's largest medical devices manufacturing cluster it is in Vizag, AMTZ. Okay, now for another 500 acres they are adding it shortly. It was yesterday announced. Now the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Rajam, is MBBS and MD. Just he has completed MTech. The beauty of NEP 2020 is that. Now whether I should call him an engineer or I call him a doctor. So flexibility of education has come in. So anyone can become engineer. So he started now publishing papers in engineering, more than medical papers, Dr. Rajam. So this is the beauty of the flexibility, learning. Critical thinking is another important thing. I think this is the one, I think every one of us should take it seriously. We don't have any critical thinking. Heck of doing the business, heck of thinking we do it, heck of learning we learn. Critical thinking is think deeply to analyze, to take a good decision. I'll tell you, yesterday I was talking, while coming in the flight, there was a doctor next to me. I said, you doctors have completely forgot about critical thinking. She said, yes. You know why? They'll ask you to take, if you go to a hospital, they'll give you a target. Ye test karo, wo test karo, ye test karo. This is not required. Earlier, how doctors, they used to see the pulse, see the eyes, see the tongue, and then he used to tell and then say, blood test thoda sa karke aajo, we'll see this much slip. But today your reports are these men which are not needed. Because the doctors are not interpreting from the basic. Your blood test, once it comes, HB, white cells and other thing, from there you know ESR, whether infection is there or not. Similarly, to do the this one, what is that? Electrolyte test, chloride and potassium. If they look at it, they can tell the whole body structure. All other tests are not needed at all. He can tell whether by seeing the legs, he can say the kidney is okay or not. Today they don't do all that. No critical thinking. They just see the dump, and then something is in mind. Okay, these three are all above the target. A medicine level. That's a fact. 95% of doctors they do that. They give high dosage of antibiotics to bring your immediate problem relief. But what side effects are there? So this is the thing of critical thinking, which is being taught in management. The same thing has to come in engineering. Management, there is a separate subject by critical thinking in management course. So these are very important which are there. So NEP, earlier also it is there, but the thing is now it is very explicitly they have mentioned in the NEP. Lifelong learning. As I already mentioned, age is only a number. There is no bar for learning. So I will be very happy to do anything, any other course also if it is suitable. I am trying to do something for environmental finance. Where I raised 40,000 crores of bonds during 2012 to 2016. I raised 40,000 crores for running the bank. So there now new finance is coming, ESG has come. So environmental finance is more money is there in the market, but to get that you have to work very clearly for that project, how you want to get that money. So that's where exactly lifelong learning is important now. Don't stop it. It's a continuous work. For engineering management engineering, this AI transformation is both urgent and essential. Now let me tell you, we have 900 colleges in Andhra Pradesh, engineering colleges, roughly. How many of them gets jobs? They don't even fit for an ITI. Only 10% of the top colleges, they get a good placement. Rest of the people doesn't have it. Can you imagine the salary per annum is 3 to 5 lakhs in engineer is getting, where the driver is getting much better. Because the way we teach or the way the colleges have come up, so this is the problem which is happening. So a lot of transformation has to happen in the colleges. So that's a different level. So urgency is there, essential to remain relevant in the rapidly evolving display economy. That's where exactly it is. Right? So learners, background goals and other things. So AI helps in doing all that. How to be specific to a particular learner. See, you can't make the same prescription to the whole class. You have to segment that. For example, I have a school, Green City English Medium School. So I told them, earlier there were 3 sections. Very bright students, 1 section, middle, 1 section, very low. I was shocked. I said I put a case on the principal and others. You can't do that. You cannot distinguish the students to that. So I said that you mix everyone. Now they are mixing, sir, no, classroom has become very big. Then I said we make it to 2. So now 9th and 10th we keep it into all classes of 2 sections we put it. And I said that teachers can change and everything and then identify and then special classes you run. So important is learners, students have to segregate. Learning how to identify students' knowledge, able to do this. So some may be interested in chemistry, some may be interested in physics only. So you give them that type of experiments and everything, do the, train them. So for example, we have divided into 5 segments, like sports, computers, home science, like that we have divided, and then we started teaching the students so that their outcome is much better. And A is anyhow we are teaching it from 3rd standard. So that people will get accustomed to the computer. Because going forward, computers have to be used by the children. Assessments, madam has mentioned about it, I don't want to get into it. Activities, planned activities are needed continuously. So some kind of innovation and change is needed than what we do regularly within a whole lot. We have to segment them and then do it. So steps to learning experiences. Yeah. So important thing is knowledge economy. So to do that, in the digital age, economic drivers, the important thing is, finally what matters is economic drivers. A is the engine for business growth, fostering critical thinking and multidisciplinary learning. Once you do that, you can get different types of business models. See, earlier, you take airports. Only Air India used to be there, and only whole thing Air India only used to do it, or government used to do it. Today, the business is divided into multiple pieces. Advertisement is different, car parking is different, you know. So different economic drivers started coming in, or one cannot do it. For example, Delhi duty-free services is there. GMR doesn't do it. There is a partner who is major and then we are minor. It's not our job. So different business models started coming in. So economic drivers are there and airports started flourishing. Earlier it was not so. Similarly in power sector, you take telecom sector. Telecom active portion is one part and towers is different part. These are new economic drivers. So telecom towers are running in a different business model. So this is how it is there. Urgency, engineering and management fields are directly shaped by business disruptions. Definitely, Uber has come, definite one. E-commerce models have come. So there is a change in management and engineering models which have come in the new business models. So making it transform both urgent and profound. So different models are coming up and one has to change that. So that can come only when you change your curriculum in the engineering and management, then you can do it. Teaching systems must evolve to meet the future workforce needs. Definitely. We may do that, what the classroom teaching, but at the same time, case studies. More and more case. Of course, in management, they teach more case studies. But in engineering also, we should give the examples with new case studies, not the textbook on what we have. So that they know what's happening in the latest. So that's where exactly industry partnership is needed as per the NEP. We'll talk about that. And technology plays a very important role. See, for example, you need classrooms also to be digitized in a much better way. So that one is ease of teaching, then ease of learning, then data collection, all that happens. So that people who have not come or remote, they can do through, video conferencing and other parts. So role of technology is very important, the way it is happening. For example, I feel so comfortable when I go to GitHub. I need not put this one at all. I just move and my voice is picked any corner of the room. There are 60 rooms like this. So teaching becomes very easy. I need not turn like this. Boards are there everywhere. So it all depends upon how much you spend for that and this one. In IIMs it is there. But in most of the colleges it's not there. But you need not have all that, but at least you should have some minimum digital technology which is there. So it enables and it gives ease of teaching for the teachers as well as for learning for the students. You can simulate and show them. You need not take to the lab before they go to the lab. Right? So technology is very much needed. And another important thing is innovation and so you have to cultivate the thinking in the students. For that matter, even the teachers. Innovation in teaching. For example, in BTech first year, until they go to the electrical this one, if something on principles of transformer is shown, you need not take that to the laboratory. You can battery charge it, you can just break it and show them there is a small transformer and then diodes will be there, either full wave rectification or half wave rectification, whatever it is. You can show it there itself in the classroom. So these are some of the things, change you can do it inside the classroom itself, between the four walls before going to the lab also. So digitally you can show it as well as you can show it with the proto models. So this is where exactly we are moving towards globalization, $5 trillion economy by 2030. In that, AI and digital transformation is going to be nearly $1 trillion. So globalization, demographic changes, technological advances. So new jobs will be created because of these changes. This is where exactly all government departments are pushing for job creation. The policies are trying to come only for job creations and new business models. So you can see that. And now the target is not metros and main cities. The target is tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Even like, Vijayanagaram, Rajam, these are the areas where, virtually you can put your call centers here for low-end applications. They need not go. right? Similarly, skills, you have to get it in e-commerce, electronics, logistics, agri. So every area actually new skills have to come up, and everywhere the digital transformation and AI is being used. Similarly, the manufacturing, MSME units and startups. So lot of activity is happening in these areas. In fact, if you remember, there was a CIS summit which happened in Vizag, and I have signed from Vizag Profile Group 6 MOUs with the government, and the government is following up on every week for this one, how far you are going to start factories, and they are going to give the land, you know. So the thing is, lot of startups, almost 350 companies have signed MOUs, big and small. And everyone is working so that the small and medium industries come up, and most of them are driven by AI and digital transformation. Yeah. So finally, what matters is, anything you need a plan, whether it is an education institution or a NGO or a business unit, you need a business plan. For that, you work backward, how many resources are needed, how much money is needed. That's the main thing. Without that, there is no goal. Whatever you do is a waste. Then you make an innovation in that if you want to improve it. These are the two. But to do all that, you need data analytics of that industry. So someone wants to put up a power plant, someone wants to put up a telecom company or a electronics company. You need all these things, and without that, you can't make it. So, right type of resources have to be picked up. Who are interested with innovation and AI? Today, that's where exactly it is. So many people are there, but people are selecting only whom they want it. Who have the idea about the innovation as well as the analytics. So, business plan you should have it so that it is sustainable. Productivity is high, whether it's educational institution. Like educational institution, what will look into it? Teachers, how many papers they have presented it. Students, how they are placed. What kind of courses are being offered. All that high productivity and profitability is there. Costs have to be minimized and meet the best industry standards and quality. You'll have the NIRF ranking or whatever it is in the educational institutions. Industries, they have their various certification, ISO certifications and other things. So these are the things, now people are redesigning their businesses. And for all this, they are using the AI and digital transformation. I'll give an example. Delhi airport, every day we have a command and control center where 200 people sit inside. There will be like a 70 mm theater. Social media, if any, so many messages come on social media. There are two officers who are actually working there. They see that which are all people praising, we don't look into it. The red alerts which comes, what is not good, the security is not there, immediately those are tackled, the response time is only 5 minutes for the officer to be to that point where if the guy is there in airport, you will get shot. Within 5 minutes, some fellow will reach him and then find out what's your problem. And this is a record in aviation industry in the world. Delhi airport, GMR airport is almost number 2 to you get a red alert, you are there. Then queues, if they are very big, image sensing happens, the cameras all will come. AI will identify to give the least routes for this one. That will come. The CSF fellows sitting inside the room, they get the alert, these channels are getting blocked. Immediately the CSF fellows, they'll put 2 more or 3 more people to relocate or open the more gates. Artificial intelligence. So these are the things what we are doing. Now let me tell you, we don't publish it, but I am telling you, roughly 300 to 400 cyber attacks happen on the airport every day. Now you are all safe, not fly this one. I'll tell you, recently in Europe the airports got shut 3 months back. Before that another one had other place also it happened, but Delhi airport did not. We have such a strong firewalls and then cyber security this one. We have a cyber security simulation lab in Hyderabad airport. we call it digital. We simulate all the signatures of cyber attacks before they can be generated, so that we are ready, and then we improve our system so that if this time comes any time, it blocks it there. So that's what exactly the artificial intelligence is being used. We use IoTs, 5G and the artificial intelligence in making these algorithms to block the unwanted and dangerous attacks. Artificial intelligence is being used for this, and the airport people are being trained on this. And in fact, this particular subject actually in Gita we started doing it as a part of it. Artificial intelligence and cyber security. Because management students should now know about the policy, how to write the policies for this particular as per the acts which are there. Engineering people will do the hardcore software and other things. So these are the things what we do in innovation in future. So these are needed. So these have to be cultivated actually in the academics, so that by the time they go from controlled atmosphere to uncontrolled atmosphere, like in operations in a company, they can follow all these things. So that has to be now a change which has to come in the education system, either in engineering or in the management. Like that, yeah? And also, yeah.
Pause?
But before we break for lunch, I want to put one video so that can you put the video? Can you put the video? What the GMR group chairman has mentioned about artificial intelligence, exactly what he has done for the whole group. So you people should know about it, and we work letter and spirit on that. But it should be there.
Dear colleagues, as we stand at the crossroads of rapidly evolving technological landscape, it is imperative to recognize that our organization's future hinges on our ability to adapt, innovate. In line with our group's vision of being an institution in perpetuity, we must prioritize continuous digital upskilling to stay ahead of the curve. Today, I am excited to announce the launch of a comprehensive organization-wide digital upskilling initiative. This initiative is designed to equip our workforce with the foundational knowledge and practical insights necessary to navigate the digital age. By embracing emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, IoT, and a broader contours of digital strategy and transformation, we are positioning ourselves to not only survive but thrive in the competitive landscape. These technologies offer immense potential to streamline processes, enhance efficiency, and drive innovation. I encourage our senior leadership team members to lead by example and complete this program. Your enthusiasm and support will inspire your teams to embark on this leadership journey with a vigor. Starting from October 4th, 2024, the initiative will be open to all employees across our businesses. This is an opportunity for everyone to sharpen their digital skills, stay competitive in the ever-changing digital landscape. I am confident that this upskilling initiative will not only empower our employees but also unlock new avenues of growth and success of our organization. Let us embrace this journey of digital transformation together and build a stronger, more resilient future. All the best. Thank you.
So this is the vision of group chairman. Letter and spirit is being worked out, and now GMR Group is moving toward digital excellence. I would like to mention one more thing. The amount of work what we have done in digital and environment, now Minister of Aviation is asking us to help all other airports in the country to that. So this is the way, you should have vision very clearly. So each one of us transformation we should embrace, innovation we should embrace every day to do something so that we'll be very active and we'll be more vigilant about our thinking and so much of change will get it. The run of the order what we have in the textbook and then we read it and write the exam or what we teach, I don't think those days are going to last long and will not get the value in the market. Those who change with this, they'll have a good market value in the market. So that's where exactly he says that you have to change. At this age, he is giving this statement. I have not seen, I am on so many boards, no one has talked about like this. So today I was searching for this video, last year I found it where I kept it. So finally I got it in my mobile, so I could play it. So the thing is, this were except based on that the slides I have made it. Okay, so after lunch break?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. The session will be continued after lunch. And dear esteemed guests, dignitaries and speakers, we now invite you all to kindly join us for lunch. We hope it provides a pleasant opportunity to enjoy the delicious food, interact with the delegates, and continue our discussion in an informal way. We sincerely request you to proceed to CDC Seminar Hall and enjoy lunch and get back to the auditorium in 15 minutes. Thank you very much. 15 minutes. The CDC auditorium is second floor of the same building. CDC Seminar Hall, second floor of the same building.